you said one thing that anyone who's building an app should be doing. If you're trying to attract people building an app, calling them out like that, how you did in this hook, is a really good way to do it. Because the people that watch and the people that comment holy sauce are the ones that are building an app. So that doesn't mean you have to use this same hook every single video. But one way to get more people that do build apps is to mention either the words they say or just call them out directly. And so again, I mean, I can show you maybe Nonzo's page as we go through this, but there, probably terminology. For example, GStack. You also, I think, mentioned GitHub in this video. When you mention these words, right? GitHub attracts techie people. And then when you mention like an iOS app, or if you mention GStack, or if you mention anything about that, any words that the people building an app would know, the people that watch are going to be the ones that, are the ones you want in your audience. So really well done in this first sentence. But anyways, this is what the first sentence is not what I was going back to this for. It was actually what you say right after this.
Is a GitHub called GStack.
A GitHub called GStack. No, but like, again, nobody here in the audience, except for Nonzo probably, and maybe Tiago, has heard of GStack. And so within 7 seconds of the video, you've said something that's super unique. It's going to keep me watching. And so again, am I saying all this to say that you need to get really like in the weeds and think and strategize about every single piece of content? No. But here would be my experiments to give you. When you're posting daily updates of you building your app, don't just make a video. Why can't I indent this? All right, bear with me. When you make daily updates to you building your app, don't just say like, hey, it's Tuesday and here's what I'm doing on my app. Instead, try to call out your audience in the first sentence, plus give a benefit in the video. This is like the basics of giving value, right? It's like I could post, let's say, every day for the next 6 years of me saying, hey, it's Tuesday and I'm working at my desk. But like, nobody here in the chat cares that I'm working at my desk today on Tuesday. But if I say something like, hey, if you're trying to make content and you're struggling with content ideas, here's what I'm doing today that's helping me with so on and so forth. Now I'm documenting what I'm doing, but also framing it in a way that's helpful to other people. Does that make sense?
It does.
So this is how I would go about building or posting your daily updates. 1J and Alina and Tiago, anyone else in the chat, Nonzo, let me know if this is making sense. Again, I will preface a million times. I'm not saying for Austin to get super in the weeds especially when he's only been posting for just over a month. But these are the basic building blocks of giving value. How can I document what I'm doing today of me building my app in a way that's helpful to other people? For example, Austin, what did you do today with your iOS app?
Today I was automating the blogging for the website to hopefully drive more traffic. So people go to the website if they were to Google search for gambling recovery, see the website, and then go to the app itself.
Okay.
I was automating blogs to hopefully build SEO within that website itself.
Perfect. Boom. Okay. So, for example, like what you did today, you're automating blogs for SEO. Instead of you making your next video saying, here's what I'm doing today about my app, I'm going to go in, today I'm automating blogs so I can get people blah, blah, blah. You might want to try for your first sentence saying like, again, you don't have to do this every single time. I'm just going to give you a very basic example. Okay. This is like the most basic I can give you is like, if you're building an app right now, but aren't getting traffic, right? Because that's basically why you're automating these blogs is to hopefully get more traffic to the app, right? I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Correct.
So you might want to start the sentence like, hey, if you're building an app right now and you're not getting traffic, here's an automation I'm building. Blah, 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 blah. Right? Does that make sense?
Okay.
So
yes.
Immediately, honestly, for my experiment, I'd honestly just have you try this as your next hook and just see what happens.
For that, it's like the problem right at the beginning and then the solution.
Pretty much. And you don't, because you're documenting your journey, you don't have to have the answers. Like, I can say this more, this is going to sound ironic, but I can say this more definitively because I am not an expert. Like, I'm actively doing this on my page. You can give, or you can frame it for people like, hey, like you just said, you can start with a problem, give a solution. Even if you don't have the solution fully solved, you can just tell them, like, here's what I'm currently doing. This is what I do on pretty much every single video, where I'm like, hey, if you're like, the last video I made, I think was about hooks or like retention graphs. And I was like, is this really what a bad hook looks like? This is what people are saying, but I'm going to go and test it out. And so there's an implied benefit for the audience. And there's also me saying, I'm going to go, try it. This is the same thing here. And I'm trying not to get too in the weeds, so feel free to like slow me down if I get too technical here. But exactly what you just said. Try to start every video with like, what is the problem that you're trying to solve today? And then what is the solution that you're trying to achieve? Even if you don't achieve it, or even if you don't know how to solve it, every single day, I'm assuming you're trying to figure it out. So yes. As long as you don't come across, or as long as you don't frame your sentences by saying like, hey, if you're building an app right now and not getting traffic, this is the golden solution for you. That's probably not true, because you don't know if it's the right solution. But if you say something like, if you're building an app and not getting traffic, this is an automation I'm building, you're just telling them, hey, I'm trying to solve this problem. Does that make sense?
Yes.
That's
it's
also
being honest.
You 100% chat. The best thing I've ever done with this page, and honestly, like if we're gonna get real for a second, at the very top of my list of reasons why I created this page, it was to help me be more honest. Because a lot of times, like in social scenarios, I've found, like just in my real life, I'm just gonna be like real with you guys for a second. A lot of times in social scenarios, I've resorted to like, I guess, whatever, telling white lies or trying to like fib my way out of situations. For example, if someone were to say like, hey, do you want to go to the movies tonight? Maybe I don't want to go to the movies, but instead of me saying like, no, I would say, oh, I'm sick, or I have something to do, even though that's not true. Right. And so I made this Instagram page for a couple of reasons, but one of them is so that I could just test myself to be more honest. And I've found that the more honest you can be, the more you'll benefit. Like whatever your weaknesses are, if you call those weaknesses out in your content, it will ultimately benefit you in the long run. I've told you guys for the past couple of months and every single live stream that I've done that I'm not an expert. And yet I'm, at least for me, like I've been reaping a ton of rewards from doing that. A lot of people reaching out to me saying, hey, I like your content because you say you're not an expert. So the same thing could be true with you, Austin. Like you don't have to pretend like you know everything. And especially if you're really honest and just saying like, hey, I'm building this app. I don't even know if it's going to work, but I'm trying to figure out the answers. People will follow you as people are already doing so. You're already getting messages from people saying, I like that you're documenting the process. Especially in this world where like everyone's trying to be an expert, like people have this term guru for a reason. It's not a positive label. And so people don't really trust others as much when they claim to know all the answers. So if, again, going back to your thing, if I were you, my daily content planner would be this. So I'm going to put this in note or bullet points or whatever. Look at what is my goal for each day. Identify the problem of the day. I'll just put it in one line. And the solution you're trying to solve. That's the content. That's how I would do it. So like tomorrow, I'm sure there's going to be something that you're going to try to solve, or maybe you're trying to solve the exact same problem, right? Mm-hmm. Like maybe you're building the automation again. That's totally fine. You can use this hook again tomorrow, or you can give an update and, or change the way you say this first sentence, right? So maybe today you say, if you're building an app right now, or let's say you use this hook tomorrow. Maybe you say, if you're building an app right now, but you're not getting traffic, here's an automation I'm building to blah, 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 blah. And then let's say, you know, you're still working on this problem tomorrow. You could say, I'm not getting a lot of traffic on my app, so I'm building automation to solve it, right? That also, so that's hook 2, I guess, for tomorrow. I'm not getting a lot of traffic on my app, so I'm building an automation to solve it. So this is not, chat, like, I'm giving Austin hook ideas. This is not like me as a guru saying these are hooks, viral hooks that you can use, and he's gonna hook hack or whatever the hell. Like, this is just me saying, Austin, like, just be honest about what you're doing and then frame it as a problem solution, and people will come. Like, it can be that simple.